About 30 minutes from now, New York City will begin painting a Black Lives Matter mural at the foot of Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue. The painting is set to begin, as I said, in less than an hour. Will most likely keep Fifth Avenue closed for several days. President Trump, as you'll remember, weighed in on the mural just over a week ago, writing on Twitter, "New York City is cutting police money by $1 billion, and yet the mayor is going to paint a big, expensive yellow Black Lives Matter sign on Fifth Avenue, denigrating this luxury avenue," as he wrote. "Maybe our great police, who've been neutralized and scorned by a mayor who hates and disrespects them, won't let this symbol of hate be affixed to New York City's greatest street. Spend this money fighting crime instead." Mayor Bill de Blasio responded, writing, "Black people built Fifth Avenue and so much of this nation. Your luxury came from their labor, for which they have never been justly compensated. We are honoring them. The fact that you see it as denigrating your street is the definition of racism. There is no symbol of hate here, just a commitment to truth." Reverend Sharpton, we've of course seen these murals across the country, including on the street leading up to the White House in Washington, D.C. But as someone who's walked those streets for many years and been to Trump Tower, that will be an extraordinary sight this morning to see the words Black Lives Matter right in front of that famous Trump building.
Certainly it'll be an extraordinary sight and an appropriate sight. I remember leading a big march down Fifth Avenue around the police killing of Sean Bell in the middle of Christmas, because we wanted to get the attention of the business elite and the business corridor in this city around the fact that police abuse was going on. So I think this gives a permanence to that. Just this morning, Willie, we see on the front page of the New York Times where they now have said that when they look at the tapes of George Floyd, he not only said, "I can't breathe," he said, "Y'all are going to kill me." Those was his last words. And we find he said a lot more than we were told. And this is what has arrested the attention of people worldwide. Why wouldn't, in the most popular shopping street in the world, the corridor of American business in terms of consumer goods, would we not remind the world that we ignored too long the value and dignity of black lives and do it right there on Fifth Avenue, where people all over the world come to shop and people all over the world come to feel like they've arrived at something? That's where the message ought to be. I was in Harlem last week where we did Black Lives Matter on 7th Avenue. It always mattered on 7th Avenue. It didn't always matter on 5th Avenue. That's where the message needs to be.
Rev, guys like you and I can't necessarily shop on Fifth Avenue. We just look into the windows and hope someday we can. Sam Stein, this obviously will be used by the President of the United States. He has turned to race. I'm looking at his Twitter feed at the moment, nothing yet, but I'm sure as soon as the painting begins, he will weigh in and have something to say about the words Black Lives Matter being painted on Fifth Avenue in front of the building he's so proud of, the place he's lived and worked for so many years. This will be a part of the conversation without question, as he has sprinkled in references to the Confederate flag and called the words Black Lives Matter a symbol of hate.
Yeah, well, first of all, I don't understand why Trump thinks the paint is extraordinarily expensive. That was a bizarre part of the tweet for me, at least. In terms of the politics of it, yeah, I mean, what we've seen over the past couple weeks is a massive screeching, veering away from actual substantive talk around police reform from Trump to, using these things as wedge issues. It's not just denouncing Black Lives Matter, but also, as you pointed out accurately, a very weird, passionate defense of Confederate monuments from a man who was born and raised in New York City. Very weird. But he clearly sees this as something to motivate his base. There's nothing I've seen in the polling that indicates this is working. And in fact, we've done reporting that says his own advisors are flabbergasted that he keeps going back to this well. But Trump loves these hot cultural debates. He likes to, invigorate his base, obviously. And you can only imagine that for the next couple months, he's going to be using these cleavages, these in racial justice politics as a motivator for his voters. It's an interesting, risky strategy because, as you've seen in these polling data, first of all, he gets terrible remarks for his handling of the George Floyd protest, but also there's massive consolidation around the Black Lives Matter movement in ways that we really never saw after Ferguson, and those have stayed consistent to this very day.
Yeah, unclear how those attacks broaden the number of people he hopes will vote for him in November. Coming up this morning, a surge in coronavirus infections is putting a major strain on Florida healthcare providers. Miami-Dade County's largest public hospital is putting out now an urgent call for nurses. We will talk to an emergency department physician at Florida's Jackson Memorial Hospital next on Morning Joe.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.